Yo, buddy, Cross 3 here, and welcome back to Chapter 2 of my story, The Dimensional Warriors, Episode 1, Project Elite Force. Oh, and also the chapter is called Manhunt. So yeah, and just in case you guys were wondering, well, you're probably gonna see you're gonna see it in the title, but yeah, this could be part two of the second. This could be part two of my second chapter, and yeah. I'm and I'm finally back to read the rest of it. Okay. Um enough jibber jabber. Let's get this going. Later. Rick and Rihanna are standing on a city building rooftop, thinking about what their next plan should be. I kind of feel bad for blowing Missile off like that. Me too. But we didn't have any other choice. Director's orders. Yeah, you're right. Hey, use your gauntlet computer to scan the sample you got. Already on it, he says as he uses the mini computer on his gauntlet. He tries to analyze the blood sample that contains the super drug. He starts typing something in. 3 beeps can be heard. Oh man, come on. What is it? Well, all I got from it was that it was created from some certain chemicals, but it won't tell me what kind they are. And there's something else also put in here, but the scanners are unable to analyze that as well. This isn't giving us a lot of help. I agree, partner. What should be our next move? Not sure. Maybe we should, Suddenly, Rick's mini computer begins beeping again. They both look at it and see that it says there's danger at the east part of town. Let's get moving. Yeah. Rick's jetpack begins to activate as the metallic wings of his suit flip upwards. He begins to hover. All right, hang on, Rihanna, he says as he lifts her off the ground. They both fly off towards the direction of the crime. We better get there quickly before anyone gets hurt. I really hope we make it in time. Sometime later, they arrive at their destination. They both see a group of 3 drugged civilians destroying cars and smashing nearby buildings. Rihanna and Rick are shocked. Oh God, this is terrible. This is chaos. We gotta do something, he says as he flies them towards the area. They both land, then try to think of something. How does the director expect us to deal with something like this? Deal with this ourselves. Deal with this ourselves. We have no choice but to deal with this ourselves. All we can do is to think of a plan. We split up and take them on separately. Wait, what? You don't even have a mech suit. I know what I'm doing. Give me 4 of your tranquilizers. Are you sure about this? 100%. All right, he says as he opens a hatch on the bottom of his gauntlet, revealing some small techno-looking tranquilizer darts in the row. Rick hands her 4 of the darts. All right, it's time for the elite duo to move out, she says as she runs towards one of the infected. Okay, here we go. He looks at the remaining 2 destructive civilians. It's best to restrain one of them and avoid complications. To avoid complications. He flies towards the one near a building. A hatch opens up on the side of his jetpack. He reaches into the hatch and brings out a high-tech net. Rick throws it at the savage brute, causing it to pin him onto the ground before it could react. I think I meant. Okay, yeah, before he could react. Ah! I will kill you for that. This catches the attention of the other one nearby. Puny metal man, I will crush you! Then let's rock, big guy. The infected civilian charges towards the flying armored individual. Rick readies himself for the upcoming attack. The crazed man jumps at him, ready to attack. Oh, no, you don't, he says as he easily dodges the man's attack. The drugged civilian lands on the ground, the impact creating cracks on the concrete. Rick charges up his gauntlets, then fires stun blasts at the man. The infected individual raises his arms to block the blasts. Ow! That hurt, you pest! The stun blasts seem to have less effect. This isn't good. These guys must have some increased endurance. Just like what Mr. predicted. He descends to the ground. Let's dance, big guy, he says as he goes into a fighting stance. The man lets out an enraged roar, then begins charging towards Rick. Here we go. The infected swings his fist towards him. Whoa! He manages to avoid the swift attack, then performs a left hook across the man's jaw, causing him to stagger to the side, nearly losing his balance. He then roundhouse kicks him on his side and punches him in the chest, causing him to jolt forward. Before Rick could use another attack, the savage-minded civilian performs an uppercut, causing Rick to go flying upwards. Ugh! The ground breaks as he slams onto it. Ugh! Ugh! That sucked, he says as he stands up. I will crush you! I will break you! Yeah. I get the idea. The infected charges towards him once again. Die, puny man! Rick shoots a rapid stun blast from his gauntlets. The man blocks it as he continues charging. Rick uses his jetpack to help him leap over the brutish person. The drugged civilian stops in his tracks and looks back at him, but before he could react, Rick's fist collides with his face once again. Ah! He shouts as he staggers. Rick then shoots at him with 5 tranquilizers from one of his gauntlets. The infected brings his arms out to try and block them. 2 hit his arm and 3 hit his chest. That stung! That stung! Oh crap. The raging man starts running towards him, with his fist reeled back. Rick prepares himself for the incoming attack, but the man suddenly starts slowing down. Rick begins to relax himself. Wow. The tranquilizers already doing their thing? The man slows down more and more until he finally collapses to the ground, knocked out from the tranquilizers. Man, those are some crazy fast-acting tranks. He then realizes something. Oh wait, Rihanna! He looks over to where she is. Rihanna is standing there beside one of the other drugged men, also knocked out on the ground. She then stands proud. Wait, what? How did you take that one out so fast? Trust me. I was having just as hard of a time as you were. It was difficult for me to use the tranquilizers on the one I dealt with. Well, at least we took them out. Suddenly, the one that was restrained by the tech net manages to bust his arm free. Rick and Rihanna look in his direction. Oh shoot, forgot about him. The last drugged man fully breaks free from the net, then stands up. No worries. We got this. Yup, they say as they ready themselves. The final infected civilian begins running towards them as he lets out a roar of rage. Rick raises his gauntlets towards him, and Rihanna goes into a fighting stance. Before the drugged brute could do anything, the blue hero, like a blazing streak, strikes him down into the ground, the impact breaking the concrete. Rick and Rihanna are shocked. Misto? He looks at the 2 elite members. Hello, he says nervously as he steps away from the KO'd brute. Rick looks at the man and sees that he's out cold. Jeez, man, you have knocked him out. Misto lets out a slight awkward chuckle. Were you spying on us? Yeah, sort of. I was wanting to at least stand by until it was the right time for me to jump in. We thank you for the help, but I told you we need to take care of this ourselves. I know, but I just wanted to help. Plus, I kinda knew you guys were lying about calling me up, even though you gave me a communicator. How could you have known we were lying? I sense lies. The two elite individuals look at each other in surprise before they look back at Misto. You can sense lies? Yeah. Well, I guess there's no fooling you, huh? Misto slightly shakes his head. Before any of them could say anything else, a distant sound of propellers could suddenly be heard. All three look overhead and see a Chinook approaching the area. Oh boy. Misto looks at Rihanna. What's going on? Rihanna doesn't answer. Is your boss in that thing or something? The Chinook begins descending towards them. Misto, you need to get out of here. But what about the infected guys? I can cure them. They then notice they then notice the air and loud sound of the propellers now coming from beside them. Crap. She then motions her hand to Misto, telling him to go, but he seemingly hesitates. The propellers slow up as the engine turns off. The side door of the Chinook opens up. The director steps out. All right, men. Put those drug freaks in the vehicle. The back end of the Chinook opens up. 6 elite soldiers run out. What the frick? Two of each soldier separate in 3 directions towards the knocked out brutes. Who dares interrupt our mission? What the frick? 4 of the soldiers grab the tranquilized men and pull them towards the Chinook. The last 2 head towards the one near Misto. Move. Wait, I can... He said move! Misto hesitates before moving a few steps away. The last 2 soldiers grab the final brute and walk towards the Chinook. But I can cure them. That won't be necessary. The hero looks at the director. Why? It is none of your concern. Sir, these people have the dangerous drugs affecting their minds. I need to... I realize that, and I already said that it won't be necessary. I'm gonna give you a warning. Interfere with us again. I will have my men track down your family, he says coldly, causing Misto to go silent and clench his fists. Both of the elite members stand there shocked. The director walks back towards the Chinook. Rihanna! Rick! Let's go! They both hesitate and look at Misto. Then they look at him. Yes, sir, they say as they walk toward the Chinook. They both look back at Misto as they enter the hovercraft. All right, people, we're heading back to base, he says as he shuts the side door. Misto, still clenching his fists, looks on at the Chinook as it hovers upward and eventually flies off. You will go nowhere near my family, he says angrily. He looks down. This is all freaking wrong. These people deserve to be cured, not experimented on. That mere man has no right. Innocents suffering within the influence of that drug. They do not deserve to be treated like lab rats. We must do something. I know that. But I don't know what to do. If they find out I'm trying to interfere with what they're doing, they could go after my family. He puts his hands on his head in frustration. I don't know. Frick it, he says in a troubled tone. All right. That's it for chapter 2. Finally finished that one. But chapter 3, the answer, will be worked on soon. I apologize for the long pauses and the and the screwing up of the words. But I hope you all still liked it. I hope you were all entertained or something like that. But anyway, if you liked the video, please leave a comment and subscribe. And remember, stay frosty. See you guys later!